Hi, my name is Travi, and I'm with my wife Laura. And me and Laura, we got married not too long ago, and we had a wonderful wedding trip that we're about to tell you about. And since I live in Los Angeles, we decided to spend our wedding trip in Los Angeles because overall in Los Angeles there is a lot of cool things to see and a lot of cool places to visit. So what we did first of all, that we went to Hollywood, which is a famous place in Los Angeles and a very famous place in the USA overall. And we went walking on the streets where all the stars in the ground are with the famous people on, and we looked at those. And then what we did was we went into a restaurant where we were supposed to eat some food. But what I did was I saw a food challenge, with basically what you were supposed to do is you got this huge plate with a lot of food on that you're supposed to finish, and you win a shirt and a photo of yourself on a wall that said that you won this challenge. And all over the United States there is food challenges, and I've known this for years, and I've never wanted to participate in these food challenges, but I just got the energy to do it this time, so I did. And sadly I didn't win, but it was a ton of fun. So me and Laura had a lot of fun in the restaurant, and then after the restaurant, me and Laura, we went to the movie studios of Hollywood, which is a very famous place in Hollywood and the United States overall, because a lot of movies these days are made in Hollywood. So you can go in there and visit and see what they're doing. And since I'm a movie maker or a movie creator, I spend a lot of time around there. And what we were talking to some guys that I know, and Laura and me had to see basically how they make movies. It's so amazing when you see how they create the movies, and we talked to some of the guys there, and it told us all about I mean, there's a ton of movies created in Hollywood. Hollywood is probably the main place for a lot of movies these days, and it's just a ton of fun to watch how they're making it. And after that, we went to a very famous beach in Los Angeles, and it's called the Venice Beach. So after we've been on these three places, we decided to go back to Hollywood to join a tour bus that would take us all around Los Angeles, and they took us to a Los Angeles birthplace, and that was really cool to see. And also they took us to where very famous people had their footprints and handprints, and it was just a very cool experience to look around at all these famous people that you know from movies or music or whatever, and see their hand and footprints. And also this tour bus took us around Los Angeles at the sunset, and very cool places overall, and it was just a fun experience. And what we did as well, we went back to the Venice Beach and joined a Segway tour around the Venice Beach just to see a little bit more on the beach, because there's a lot of creative works and restaurants and the street entertainers. There's people that entertain other people on the streets, and it was just a fun experience to drive around on your Segway around the beach and see all these cool things there. So that was pretty cool. Although we had a ton of fun on the other activities, I think my and Laura's favorite activity is the one where we went out on a racing track just outside Los Angeles to try some of the really fast cars like a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, or a Nissan. And we were driving on this track, which were hosted by Auto Club Speedway, and these people actually host the famous NASCAR and IndyCar races. But we could reach up to speeds to 130 miles per hour with these cars, and I was driving and Laura was on the passenger seat. But we had a ton of fun driving these cars, and this is something we will never forget. So both me and Laura think that Los Angeles was the perfect place to spend a wedding trip on, because seeing all these places like Hollywood, Venice Beach, Griffin's Observatory, and the cool activities that we did, that was just a perfect way of spending a wedding trip. And this is something we will never forget, and it was a lot of fun. And this has been Travis and Laura's wedding trip.